Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible? Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Am I audible? Right. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. All right. Now, just what we understood there in the last session, just we started with the programming formats in the please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen now. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yeah, it's okay. Uh, yeah, that net issue is going on, guys. Again, the nested almost 40 minutes after we checked it. Now again get the same situation. So okay, nice. Now we are able to understand it clearly. All right, now understand it now. So to prepare basic Java application and to prepare a Java program in Java file, we have to use the following format. Or the format here we are able to use there: comment section, package section, import section, classes or interfaces section, main class section. These are the various things here we are able to use. Comment section already here we started here. What is the comment section here? In Java applications development, it's a convention to provide some information or some details about the project just before starting application code. Right. In the above context, to describe the to description to provide the description about the project may include maybe other name of the project, objective of the project, then what next one here, module details, client details, and so on. Okay, to provide all the above details we will use comment section. Okay, we'll use comment section where we will use comments. What is a comment? That's a question here we have to understand clearly. It's a programming feature developer understanding purposes. It will provide description about the code for the developers understand. It will provide description about the code for the developers understanding purpose. But these comments and their description are not executable. This description and their comments are not executable. Answer my point. All right. In Java application, there are three types of comments. What are the three types of comments now? First one is single line comment, multi-line comment, and a documentation comment. They are the three types of comments here what you are having clearly. Next one is what there after this, after completion of this particular one. What next one here we are able to understand. Other thing is what there. What is single line comment here? What we are getting. How we are able to provide this single line comment. What is the meaning of the single line comment? It allows the description in a single line. Okay. The syntax is what there. 2 slashes description. Then example here I have given for this method I want to give information is single line. That's the meaning of single line comment. Multi-line comment. What is the meaning of this multi-line comment actually? Multi-line comment is like what there. It allows the description in more than one line. All right. Syntax is what this slash star and some description here we provided. Then after that, example here we provided for the method add. Here the other details here we provided in more than one line. Next one is what? After this, after completion of this particular one, there we have to understand it clearly. Documentation comment. It allows the description in more than one page. It allows the description in more than one page. Try to recognize this. It allows the description in more than one page. Okay. All right, sir. If it allows the description in more than one page, what about the next one again? What you are understanding there? If it allows the description in more than one page, no, there where we are able to utilize this one. All right, that point here I'm giving. Syntax here we have to understand. Slash 2 stars, and every line should start with what they star slash. In general, we will use documentation comments to prepare API documentation. Then what is the meaning of this API documentation? Everybody guess, understand it clearly. What is the meaning of this API documentation? All right, now here we can identify this clearly. The API documentation is like what? All of you observe carefully. It is a document in the form of, it is a document in the form of, it is a document in the form of, a text file or a PDF file or an XML file or a doc file or a docx file, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, then this is what is this here we understood clearly. But what it is providing there? What it is providing? So here this point here we understood it's okay. Then what it is providing? If you observe this, it will provide the description. It will provide the description of all the programming elements. Of all the programming elements which are provided in the application. Of all the programming elements which are provided in the application. That's it. Now this is what exactly the meaning of like what there. This is the meaning of like what there. API documentation. Come on guys, once again now try to understand it. What is the meaning of this API documentation? It's a document in the form of a text file or a PDF file or an XML file or a doc file or a docx file and so on. It will provide the description of all the programming elements which are provided in the application. This is the meaning of like what their API documentation. This is the meaning of like what their API documentation. That's okay, fine. Next one is what after that, after understanding this particular point, what next one here we have to understand there. Now observe carefully. After understanding this content, after observing this point here, how we are going to prepare API documentation? How it is possible to prepare API documentation? Let's understand this clearly. To prepare API documentation for the program, for the present program or for our applications, Java has provided a predefined tool. Java has provided a predefined tool in the form of Java doc. As everybody understand it clearly, in the form of like what there Java doc. To prepare API documentation for our application, Java has provided a predefined tool in the form of Java doc. All right, what the Java doc is able to do actually, what Java doc is able to do actually, Java doc is able to provide the API documentation in the form of HTML files. Right now, Java doc is able to provide, Java doc tool is able to provide the API documentation in the form of like what files there? HTML files. Everybody understand my point here? Java doc is able to provide the API documentation in the form of HTML files. All right, now try to understand it what I'm telling to you. What is a API documentation here? What I have given information there? It is a document in the form of text file or a PDF file or an XML file or a doc file or a docx file. It will provide the description of all the programming elements which are provided in the form of, which are provided in the application. Okay, fine. Then it will provide information about, say for example, I prepared a program. In my program, I have variables, methods, classes, and all the elements are available. About all these elements, I want to get some details in the form of a document. Whatever the programming elements that we have used in our application, about all the programming elements, I want to get some details. All right, to get details of all the programming elements which are provided in our application, for that purpose, here we have to use like what there API documentation. To prepare API documentation for our application, Java has provided some predefined tool in the form of Java doc. What is the Java doc actually? Java doc is able to provide API documentation in the form of HTML files. Now, let's see one example, guys. I want to show an example by that you are able to understand how API documentation will be created here clearly. Now let's understand this point clearly. So for that purpose, I'm going to prepare a small program, but don't think too much about that program here. Then why this program is provided and all. Why? Because just to prepare API documentation, I need a program. That's why I'm going to use that program here. Otherwise, I don't have any intention to prepare this program. No, all of you observe carefully. The new full stack Java 830. Right, that folder here I created for the sake of our content here. Then here I prepared another folder here like what there apps folder, something else here I created here. Right, now just I want to prepare a program. No, to prepare this program here I'm going to take like what the edit plus, for example. All right, now guys, all of you understand it clearly. The file new How to prepare these programs and everything I'll discuss with you. The next topic is what there. After completion of this first application development, and next topic is like what there. Steps to prepare first application only. There I'm able to show all the points. But time being here, we have to understand. I need a program to prepare API documentation. That's why here I'm taking this public class employee. For example, here I've taken class employee. Now inside this public class employee, what I will do now, just I will provide like what there. For example, public int envo, public string ename, public float esal, public string editor. Like this overall 4 variables here I have taken. Please recognize this. Nearly how many variables here we have taken there? 4 variables here we have taken. Right, sir. After taking these 4 variables, then what next one here we have to do there? Constructor here we have to take public employee 0 argument constructor, or maybe just I can specify like what there int envo 1 argument constructor. The next one is like what there. All right, 2 argument constructor here I'm going to take just as a constructor. Next one is a 3 argument constructor here I will take envo comma string ename comma float esal. The next one is like what there public employee int envo comma string ename comma float esal comma string editor. Like this 4 constructors here we have taken. These are all called as what their constructors. Class name and the constructor name must be same. These are all called as what their constructors. Then previously these variables are called as what their normal variables only that we are getting. Right. Then after this, after completion of this, methods here we have to use what methods here we are using here. Public void add of int envo comma string ename comma float esal comma string editor. Open and close. Public void search of int envo. Guys, again and again I'm telling to you, just I'm not having any intention to discuss about this coding part totally here. Just my requirement is what I want to prepare an API document. To prepare API documentation, I need a program. That's why I'm preparing this program. So what is constructor? What is this envo variable? What is ename variable? What are these methods like add, search? These methods, this information is not required. Just I need a program. That's why I've written this program to prepare API documentation. Here my main concentration is on what there preparing API documentation. Not to provide like what their information about all the variables and other things. No, not to use these concepts here in our application. Just to prepare API documentation, I need a program. That's why I'm preparing this program. All right. Public void add method, public void search method. Next one is like what there public void update method where in envo comma string ename comma float esal comma string editor, just open and close it. The next one is what there public void delete int envo. Like this here we have taken. Right, yes. Now everybody understand it clearly. Now this is like what I'm telling to you, employee.java. Then where I have to save it, no, already given that information there. Full stack Java 830 apps. Now here I want to save with employee.java, employee.java that we prepared. Now this is my program. Now please remember this. I'm going to prepare API documentation for this program by using Java doc command. Yes, Java doc command we are able to use. By using this Java doc command, we are able to prepare API documentation. Now let's see this one. Open the command prompt, guys, and don't try this example, guys. Why? Because if you want to prepare this example, or if you want to practice this example, you need to have Java software in our system. Then only we are able to do this. Otherwise, don't practice. No, just for the sake of information, I'm telling to you. I will, when we complete the first application, when we are completing the first application about the Java, there I'm able to give information to you how to prepare these applications there we can understand it. But as of now, don't practice this example anyway. Okay, just understand the content what we are getting. All right, all of you observe carefully. Go to the location where we prepared our application here, d:// full stack Java 830 cd full stack Java, sorry, 830 cd apps. Now here we are under apps, d full stack Java 830 apps. We are at apps. Now here what I have to do there, all of you observe carefully. Java C space, not Java C, Java doc space employee.java. Java doc in the sense preparing API documentation. Let's see this. Of course, then these are the warning messages. No need to worry for it. So now here we are getting what files here? No, here we are getting HTML files here. We are getting generating HTML files. If we observe this clearly, all these many HTML files here we are getting. Now I required that employee.html. Just employee.html is created here. Just double click on this employee.html. There we are getting the total data. That means information about our employee class. What information here we are getting there about this employee class? No. First of all, class employee. All right. How many variables are identified here? In our program, we provided that variables like what there, envo, ename, ecell, and eaddr. But in the documentation here, what we are getting? Same envo, ename, ecell, and eaddr variables here we are getting. Nearly 4 constructors I provided. All the constructors details are provided. Next one is like what there after completion of these methods I provided. All the methods information here we are getting there. Next one is variables in detailed information. Each and every variable internal in detailed information here we are getting. It's okay. Envo, ename, ecell, eaddr. Like this constructors details here we are getting again. Again here we are getting what there constructors details. Please recognize this. Okay. After the constructors details, then what next one here we are getting there? All right, sir. Methods in detailed information. Add method, search method, update, and so on and so on and so on. All this like this here we are getting it. Try to understand it clearly. So this is a way of providing like what their API documentation for our program. For our program, API documentation is provided. Try to recognize this point clearly, guys. What I'm telling you now. Okay, now let's see this content here. All right, now let me take this program here. Just only example point of I'm giving that, but don't practice immediately. I'll give time to you when we have to practice our content. All right, now d:// then full stack Java 830 slash full stack Java 830 slash apps. There we prepared like what there employee.java. In this location, the program is provided like this. Then after this on command prompt here, what we are getting there. Let me copy this entire content of the command prompt. Here we have to provide the total details here. That's okay. There we are getting like what there. What we are getting there clearly. Here the information is like what there. Like API documentation here we are getting. That's okay, fine. Just if we open employee.html, all right, open HTML in browser to see the API documentation for the employee class. That's it. Guys, observe carefully. Not only here, not only in the case of this user defined way, I'm able to give one more point here. All right, so I'm able to give one more point. What is the point here I want to specify here in this location? After giving information about API documentation, Java has provided API documentation for its predefined library. Java has provided API documentation for its what there predefined library. Effectively, Java has provided API documentation for predefined library, but where it is available here. Another note here I'm telling to you, not like this note. Java has provided the API documentation for the Java predefined library. Java has provided the API documentation for the Java predefined library in the form of HTML files. For this, use the following link. For all the predefined library, Java has provided some library, that means some API documentation. Now let's understand this. Just Google it, there we are able to get it clearly. Java 8 API documentation here, I want to open it. Alright, so now we have to open this. There we are able to get the total API documentation. Now let me copy this link. I'd like to provide this link to you. There we can use that one. So if we copy and paste this one, automatically we are able to get that API documentation. So guys, all of you know. So these are about packages, no? Here we are having all packages. Here we are getting all classes there. If you select a package and if you select a class now, the description will be appear here in this location. In this particular location, the total description is going to be available. Try to understand the point, guys, what I'm telling to you. Okay. Now here the point is what? First of all, I want to select a java.lang package, for example, well-known package. In the number of class and interface are available. Inside the java.lang now, string is a class actually. Yeah, we can open that like what there, spring class. If we click on this string class now, there we can identify the details. Whatever the details here we are getting there, then these are the details here we are getting. Okay. Yeah, Nikita, I'm asking one question to you. Try to answer for me. Are you getting any information by seeing this API documentation? Nikita ma'am, are you there? No, are you getting any information from this? Yeah, that's okay. This documentation was provided by whom now? Tell me. Who has provided this API documentation? Now, whatever the thing here I open now. Yeah, that's why I'm asking you. Please answer for my questions. Who has provided this one? Oracle people have provided now. What it contains actually? Yes, Nikita. Then what it contains actually? Tell me. Then what it contains actually? See what you are observing there here. Yeah, class sending information, packages, classes, and information. So if we read this information here, you are getting some details about the string or not? Yeah, Oracle provided for Java language. That means what I'm asking there, if they provided the stringer class information here, if you don't know anything about stringer class, if you open this documentation, if you see the documentation, you are able to get some details about the stringer class or not? Okay. So for example, I given a project to you. In that project, unfortunately, we have to use a stringer class now. Stringer class operations we have to perform. From where we are able to get the stringer class information? You don't know really the stringer class information, but you have to use that. So what you have to do? Ms. Nikita, please answer for my question. You are in a project, you have to use stringer class and its operations, but you don't know really the stringer class. What you have to do? Yeah, we need to refer this. Yes, right, perfect. You have to refer this. That means if the documentation is available, whenever we want to use the content of the documentation or application for getting details about that particular string class or whatever it may be, just we have to open this document. There we have to see the content what we prepared, and the details are giving some knowledge to us in order to use that methods and all. in our application, right? Is this documentation is useful or not? Nikita, I'm asking to you, is this documentation is useful or not? Useful or not? MM. Right. This documentation is useful, right? So this is a way of referring the documentation. Guys, one more point I'm telling to you. Please recognize this. Nowadays, in application development, nobody knows about the Java completely. See, then how it is possible to remember all the predefined library by a developer? Is it possible for any developer to remember all the libraries at a time? Is it possible for him? No, not possible for him to remember the complete library. Okay. So, but he has to prepare the applications. When they are preparing applications in a real time, they may perform some operations as part of their implementation. When they perform some operation as part of their implementation, to get details of that operations and all, and which libraries are supporting for these operations, which class are supporting for these operations, and everything could be taken from API documentation only. If you have a proper documentation for any particular uh, programming, that means for any particular programming language, it gives a help for us. It will make us to prepare the programs effectively. That means it is able to provide information about all the methods, which method is required, which method is a suitable method, find that and use that method in our application as per the requirement. So this documentation is giving the total information to us about the programming elements what you are having. Understand it clearly? Nikita, is my point is clear to you? Is it clear to you? Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Okay, fine. This is okay. Then immediately you may ask one more question to me, Nikita, ma'am. What you have to ask the question there? Okay, then this is the API documentation for the predefined library. We understood that. But you prepared API documentation for our program. Then what is the use of it? Ma'am, now you only tell me. I prepared API documentation for the my program, not for predefined library. For my program, I prepared this API documentation. Then what is the use of it? Now you only tell me what is the use of it. Yeah, perfect. Yes, perfectly here we can understand. Yes, right, that's the point. Nikita ma'am, yes, you are right. Rajesh, you are right. So here the point is like what there, if I prepare a documentation for my implementation, some other developers are depending on my implementation. For example, in a simple enterprise application, multiple modules are available. I'm preparing application in one module, but some other developers are in other module. Other module people are dependent on my module. So when I complete my module, when other module people wants to prepare their own application on the base of my module, they need clear cut information about my modules information, my classes information, my interfaces information, my coding details. They require information. Every time they will not go inside the program, they will not check what is the purpose of each and every program, they will not open the code. Every time they will come to the documentation, there they will check what methods are available, what is the purpose of that method, then each and everything then we have to provide, and they have to get the details, and they are going to prepare their own application on the basis of my implementation clearly. So definitely in this particular context, my API documentation is useful for the other developers to understand my code. Understand it, what I'm telling them. So because of that reason, that API documentation preparation is a very good thing for our applications, that will make other developers to understand our implementation in order to use our implementations in their applications clearly. Yes, Nikita ma'am, that's okay. Yeah, perfect. Aragil has provided API documentation that is standard for all Java. Is it? Yes, perfect. That's okay. That is for Java predefined library. Aragil has created API documentation for Java predefined library. Understand it clearly? Yeah, it's standard. It's a standard or customized. We can do with respective projects in each company. That's the point I'm telling them. So for Java predefined library, they are giving this total API documentation predefinedly. But about my project, who has to provide API documentation? I prepared my project, but that project is not provided by Sun Microsystems. In my project, I'm using a user-defined class, user-defined interface, user-defined variables, user-defined methods, my own variables, my own classes, my own interfaces and all. In my own, I provided. For all my own implementations, how Java is providing, how Sun people are, how Oracle people are providing their own API implementation, how they are providing API documentation for my code. For my code, who has to provide API documentation? For my code, how who has to provide implementation? Say for example, class employee I have taken. That employee is my own class in my own project. But how Oracle people are providing API documentation for my own class? For my own class, who has to provide implementation? No. Then I have to take the responsibility of providing API documentation for my own classes. So because of that reason, to prepare API documentation for our program, there Java has given a command, Java has given a tool internally. That command or tool is what there? Java doc command or Java doc tool. Yeah, Nikita ma'am. So for every new version of the Java, they are providing API documentation. For every new version of the Java, they are providing a separate API documentation. Understand it? For example, now at present, what version of the Java is available, Nikita ma'am? What is the present version of the Java? Yeah, exactly. Your answer is right. Maybe Java 20th version. So in Java 20th version, some new features definitely they are available. But how I can get that new features information? Being the developer, how I am able to get new features from the Java 20th version? So when they provided some new features, no, in the Java software, they may be included some new classes or new method. That's okay. But how I know that information? How I know that information? How it is possible for me to know that information? Here the point is what? When they have introduced a new version, definitely they have to prepare API documentation and they have to open that API documentation. They have to provide that every change in our API documentation. They have to give that information to us. So we have to open the Java 20th version API documentation where we have to check what new feature is available and what existing features are available, what features are removed from previous versions there. So all the details they have to provide clearly. Then only if you open that Java, if you open that respective API documentation with respect to the new version there, then automatically we are able to get that all the details. So new features will be present in API documentation, but when old features, if it changes, how we know, sir? Then how we change to our existing project, which is already see that is a different case now. So already the project is existed here. Yeah, project is already delivered to the client. Yeah, just one question I'm asking, Nikita ma'am. Just you have to answer for my question. I think what phone you are using? Mobile phone at present. Android phone. That's nice. What is the current version of the Android? What you are using? Vivo operating system. Android operating system. I'm asking that. What Android version you are using? What is the Android version you are using at present? Vivo 10 is okay. Yeah, no, not 18. 18 is not yet released there. I think so. Then you are using 13th version. 13th version of the Android here you are using. At present, maybe most of the mobiles Android version is what the 13th version. Okay, 13th version. In the case recently, 14th version of the Android was introduced. 14th version of the Android was introduced. That's right. Then how we are able to get that 14th version of the Android update? How we are able to get 14th version of the Android update in your mobile? Yes, OS widgets in settings pop-up notification there. Then whenever you are getting notification, then automatically we have to click on that what their notifications. There we are able to get like what their update. Yes, we get update. That's okay. When we click on that update, no, then it is asking there. Then try to install that updations. No, right? That's clear. Is it not the part of support from Android operating system? Is it not the part of the support team? Right. That means from Android side there is a support team. For example I'm telling you, there is a support team. That support team is providing new features to the existing system, isn't it? Right. Similarly, whenever your project is delivered, whenever you are supporting for that project for the 10 years of time or 15 years of time, during that, if clients are having any new requirements, if client people are having any new requirements, understand it clearly. If the client people are giving that new requirements to the developers team, that means support team, the support team will manage that new requirements. They are going to apply that patches to the existing project. There's a process for it. There's a procedure for it. The support team will take the responsibility of it. Support team will be in touch with the developers team. The developers will prepare new patches now. The support team will take the responsibility of the new patches. The new patches are going to be applied to your project, but that should be the contract between the client and as well as like for their the respective company, development company. Part of it, how long they are giving support now, up to the time they are going to provide this kind of changes. Okay, in the existing project there should be like what the content. Yeah, perfect, Neither. The same thing here I am also be telling now. The same thing I'm telling you. API documentation is providing information about the classes, methods, and all whatever the things here we are using in our application. About that only here we are able to get. That's it. The remaining part, how to apply the changes in our program, that's a developer's risk or a development company's risk. They will take the responsibility of that. But API documentation is providing information about the classes, interfaces, and all about what we are having in the present application. Okay, perfect. Patches are going to be provided. Yeah, patches, updations, or maybe something else. Here we are able to get it. And one more question I'm asking to you, Nikta. Now try to answer for it. For every project, maybe, or maybe for every project which is in running, maybe for 1 year once or 2 years once, some type of like what there shutdown mode is going on. Are you aware about it? For every project, maybe even Facebook also, or maybe in other things, no. So down project downtime is available, right? Yeah. For example, best example, we are using GoToWebinar software. Every year on July 5th or July 6th, they are going to be down their services. Meanwhile, what they are doing? Can you assume, at least assume it, what they are doing in the downtime? Say it is a server side application, the server will be down. In that server down, then what people are doing there? Now tell me, any idea? That's perfect. Update configurations. Updating configurations in the sense, what is the meaning of it? No, yeah, balance the servers. Okay, so many things. Not even like only these two. During that time, what they are doing, what they're having. Yeah, when they finalize some updations in the project, they are going to apply that updations in the project in the downtime, in the shutdown time. When the see when the updations are finalized, the testing mode and everything is completed, when the updations are coming there, they want to apply that patches to the existing project, then definitely they have to down the servers, then they have to apply the patches, then again they have to up the servers. So that yearly ones, or maybe whenever they are getting some changes there in their project, no, they're going to apply that. Then where during the time they're going to apply this all changes to the project, then again they will up the servers, then again that the changes will be in our life. That's it. So in that situation, they are going to apply these changes clearly. And not only these new patches, no, maybe some servers or maybe balancing, load balancing, or some other all about the project, whatever the things they want to go for some changes, no, they're going to down it and they're going to apply the changes. Again, they're going to keep the changes in the life. Yeah. Okay. everything. So by the time they are able to do all this kind of content, that's okay. Then who will do this work? Who will do that work? Applying that patches and everything. Who will do that work in the project, in the companies? Yeah, perfect. That's the answer. That's okay, guys. Okay, guys, we are totally deviated from our context. Okay, fine. That's okay, guys. Now let's move to the points here. What we are discussing there. Nikita ma'am, just are you okay? Now all these points are okay. Have you understood it? Shall we move forward? All right, that's okay, fine. Yeah, now the point is like what I'm telling to you, the content here. Now here the point is like what there. Here this is a predefined API. Now just we provided stringer class, not only stringer class here, stringer buffer class is also available. There where information about the stringer buffer class, all the details here we are getting there. Even there we can identify from which version onwards this stringer buffer is available. It says 1.0 version there. Stringer builder is available at which version there. The details are available clearly. In JDK 5 has been supplemented with an equivalent class designed for the use of single thread string builder. Like this, some details are provided clearly. Not only that, now here we can provide like what there, some enums or maybe some classes and all. Math class is available. We can identify this java.lang package math class, what it is providing, some predefined methods it is providing, like what there, all the related information about the mathematical operation. It was provided 1.0 version onwards. Like some methods are, some variables are available, some methods are available, absolute methods like add, exact, something else like this. So many methods are available here that we can identify clearly. So this is API library, API documentation for predefined library. But similarly, I want to provide API documentation for my program. I prepared a program there for my application. I want to provide API documentation. To provide API documentation for our application, then what we have to do? To provide API documentation for our application, then what we have to do? Right. For that purpose, here we provided to prepare API documentation for our application. Java has provided a separate tool or command, that is what there, Java doc command. That's okay, fine. Java doc command here we are using. Java doc is able to provide the API documentation in the form of HTML files. A simple program I have taken employee where 4 variables, 4 constructors and 4 methods here we have taken there. About this information here we are getting API documentation just by using what there, Java doc space employee.java. Java doc space employee.java. The details here we are getting clearly. Okay, right. So open employee.html in the browser to see API documentation for the employee class. Already shown that. Now this is about like what is the API documentation. All the points here we understood clearly. That's okay, nice. But here my point is what? Another, we have another point here. What about this another point here? Try to recognize this point clearly. Observe carefully. Guys, now tell me. I'm asking one question to all of you guys. Now try to answer for it. How many types of comments are available in Java? Please everybody respond to me. How many types of comments are available in Java? How many versions, how many types of comments are available in Java? Yeah, 3 types of comments. Tell me guys, what are the 3 types of comments? Nikita ma'am, what are the 3 types of comments? Please respond for me. Yeah, single line comment. Next one is multi-line comment, not multiple, multi-line comment. Next one is what? Documentation comment. Right, single line comment, multi-line comment. Then after this, what next one? Get documentation comment. Good. Now, guys, observe carefully. Out of all the comments, out of all the comments, out of all the types of comments, out of all the types of comments, only documentation comments provided data will be included in the API documentation which we prepared by using Java doc command. Guys, all of you please remember this, what I have given information to you. Out of all the types of comments, only documentation comments provided data, documentation comments provided data will be included in the API documentation which we prepared by using Java doc command. Getting clarity? So single line comment data will not be included in the API documentation. Multi-line comments data will not be included in the API documentation. Only documentation comments provided data only will be included in the API documentation. Previously I said to you, documentation comments are used to prepare API documentations. API documentation. Now the point here I'm giving clarity. Right? Only documentation comments provided data will be included in the API documentation. Alright, there we are able to see the program. Say for example, about this program, for the variable I'm going to use 3 comments. This is like what their single line comment. Single line comment. ENO represents employee number. That's okay. Now here multi-line comment here I provided there. What I'm giving there, multi-line comment. E name represents employee name. Now here we are providing documentation comment. Star documentation comment E cell represents employee salary. Like this case, just for the variables I provided all the content here. 3 types of comments I provided, like single line comment, multi-line comment, and documentation comment. Now just let me remove all of them except employee.java. I want to delete all of them. Right, deleted. Employee.java is available. Again, now let me save this changes here, save this code. Let me open it. Now here I want to provide like what there, Java doc employee.java. Again here I'm going to prepare this. It's okay. API documentation is created. Now in this location, just we have to check for what there, employee.html. Just open this employee.html. Guys, now observe carefully what comment here we are able to identify there. Now see this one. Single line comment data is not available. Multi-line comment data is not available. Only what comment data is available here. Now tell me here. What comment data here we are able to see now? Only here we are getting what there, documentation comment data is available. The variables part only we are getting what there, documentation comment provided data is only be available. Right, sir. In detailed information for each cell. For ENO I provided single line comment. For ENM I provided multi-line comment, but both are not displayed here. But here we are getting only one type of comment. What is the type of comment here? No, documentation comment only here we are getting. So this is the proof here we have to identify about like what their documentation comment. All right, so now let me take this example again here. Something else like what the d:/ full stack Java 830 / employee.java, or else maybe apps / employee.java. This data here we are getting. Then after completion of this, again we have to do this total content here, so that we are able to get the content. Now again here what I'm telling there, note, open employee.html to see the API documentation. That's it, not more than this. Right, now this is clear cut information here we have to identify about the content. All right, sir. Now it's okay. So this is about like what the comment section and API documentation, how we are able to prepare API documentation and all the point. But now I'm going to give one small point about it. I'm going to give one small point here and try to understand it clearly. Everybody, please respond to me. Not to give any response here, just understand the point here. Not in notes, normal information there. To provide description, in Java applications. Now here I can say that either we can say description or metadata. Both are same here. To provide description or metadata in Java applications. Okay. Java application to provide description or metadata in Java applications. Then here what we will use there, what we are going to see there, to provide description or metadata in Java applications. JDK 1.5 version, JDK 1.5 version has provided a new feature, that is JDK 1.5 version has provided a new feature, that is like what their annotations. That is like what their annotations. Understand guys what I'm telling you now? Okay. Right. This is a point here what I'm telling you clearly. To provide description or metadata in Java applications, JDK 1.5 version has provided a new feature, that is annotations. Then immediately we are getting a question guys. Then how we are able to get this question now? Understand it clearly. The question would be like what there? In Java applications, to provide description, already we have Java applications to provide description, already we have in Java applications to provide description, already we have comments. Then what is the requirement? To use annotations? This is the question guys. In Java applications to provide description, already we have comments. Then what is the requirement to use annotations? That's it. This is exactly the point here what I'm asking to you. All right guys, any idea about this particular point? In Java applications to provide description, already we have comments. Then what is the requirement to use annotations? Right sir. Fine. Yes, Nikita ma'am, then again you are asking some questions to me. What is the latest version of the Java? Is it 1.5 is the latest version or 20th version is the latest version? So you are aware about it, right? 20th version is the latest version, not 1.8, not 1.5, right? Yeah, that's the point I'm telling there. In JDK 1.5 version, a new feature was introduced, that is what their annotations. Understand it? To provide description or metadata. Moreover, description or metadata, both are same. Just for our comfort, I'm giving that statement now. Description or metadata. Data about the data is nothing but metadata. Description is also what there. Data about the code is nothing but what the description. Now, at least these are the general terms. You have to aware about it. These are the general terms, right? Then minimum, these are the minimum information you have to aware about it, right? And moreover, So this annotations is a feature that was introduced in JDK 1.5 version. JDK 1.5 version has provided a new feature, that is what? Annotations. What wrong with this statement? Nikita ma'am, I'm not getting it clearly. Why you're asking that question? Yeah, the point is what? Annotations were started. 1.5 version has provided a new feature, that is annotations, right? Yeah, that's the point I'm telling you. The point is what? Annotations is a new feature that was introduced in JDK 1.5 version. So they are the simple points, ma'am. Then see, we have to understand automatically. Otherwise, our class are going to be slow totally. Please recognize these are the small points. Easily we can understand it now. Okay, right. Now let's move to the point. All right. Any Java applications to provide description, already we have comments. Then what is the requirement to use annotations? That's okay. Good. Next one is what? What next one? After that. Now tell me guys, any idea about this particular point? Then everybody please respond to me. What is compilation? Nikita ma'am, now you only tell me now. What is compilation? What is compilation? Source code to bytecode. That's right. In compilation, how many phases are available? Yeah, nice answer. In compilation, how many phases are available? No, then I given one diagram there. In compilation, how many parts are available? In general, in compilation, I think there are four phases, like preprocessor phase. Of course, in the case of Java, preprocessor phase is not available. Just forget about it. Compilation, compiler. Next one is assembler, loader, link editor. The other things are available. Okay, now again I'm asking this question. In compiler, how many phases are available? In compiler, how many phases are available? Right? In a compiler, how many phases are available? 6 phases. 6 phases. Tell me guys, what are the 6 number of phases? No. Yeah, that's fine. Lexical analysis phase. Then yeah, syntax analysis phase, semantic analysis phase, intermediate code generation, code application, code generation. That's okay, fine. Yeah, the point is what? In a lexical analysis phase, what you are doing, in a lexical analysis phase, what you are doing, in a lexical analysis phase, what you are doing, what lexical analysis phase is doing there, whatever the program here we have written, the program will be divided into the number of pieces. The total program will be divided into the number of pieces, where each and every piece is treated as a token. The tokenization will be generated. The total program will be divided into the number of pieces, where each and every piece is called as a token. Now this entire process is called as tokenization. While performing tokenization, if you provide any comment or maybe any data or metadata or description about the comment, they are going to be removed. They are going to be removed from our application. So in the lexical analysis phase, while performing tokenization, comments and their description will be removed from our application. So comments and its description is available up to up to like what guys, up to source code. That means up to the compilation process only. Once compilation is done, the comments and their descriptions are not going to be available. Comments and their descriptions are going to be available up to compilation only. Comments and description are not going to be available in what there in the another content. That means in the might be after compilation dot class file is going to be generated. In the dot class file, the comments and description may not be available. So the lifetime of the comments and its description up to dot java file only. They'll not be available in dot class file. They'll not be available to the runtime of our application. That's the point here I'm telling you. But my requirement is what? I want to make available the description or maybe metadata, whatever it may be, along with the whatever the description here we provide, whatever the comments here, comments are maybe metadata, whatever the things here, whatever the description we provide in the Java program that I want to make available up to .java file, up to .class file, and up to runtime of our application. Up to .java file and up to .class file and up to runtime of our application. That's my requirement. Okay. All right. So if it is a case now, there we have to use annotations. Annotations are able to bring our description up to runtime of our applications, up to .java and up to .class file and up to runtime of our application. Whatever we require, up to that it is able to provide our description. But comments and its description is available up to the source code only. When we are compiling this, lexical analysis space will remove that comments and its description from the source code. That is the reason why we need to use like what their annotations. Try to understand it clearly again here. Observe carefully. Now the point is like what there in Java applications. Understand guys, if you provide description along with the comments, then the provided comments and the description are removed by the lexical analysis phase in the compilation. So the provided comments and description are available in Java applications up to .java file only. They will not be available to .class files and up to runtime of the application. Okay, but as per the requirements, I want to give in the next line. As per the requirements, if you want to make available the description up to .java file comma up to .class file and up to runtime of the applications, we have to use annotations. There we have to use what their annotations. As per the requirements, if you want to make available the description up to .java file, up to .class file, and up to runtime of the applications, we have to use annotations. That's it guys. Now this is exactly the points here we have to understand clearly. This is a requirement. But what are the requirements actually? As per the requirements, like to simplify testing, or like what they to simplify debugging, or for the sake of, just remember this content here. No need to think much about these points here. Just these are the requirements, in general requirements here I'm telling you. For the sake of the server side applications, gamma, for the sake of database applications, and so on and so on and so on. So many. So many requirements are available. We have to provide. We have to make available the description up to .java file, up to .class file, and up to runtime of the application. Right, up to runtime of the application. For this, we have to use annotations over the comments. That's it, guys. This is exactly the meaning of like what the annotations requirement over the comments and all the points. Now, it's okay, good, right? That's all, guys. Now this is about our content. What I'm telling to you. Yeah. So these details are given that today I want to stop this session now. Then tomorrow I'll continue the content here. Guys, tomorrow max I will conduct in offline classes. Then if any changes are available, maybe I'll give message through Google Classroom. Then try to follow this. But max I will take the class in offline here, offline and as well as in online. In the case if any changes are available, I will update through Google Classroom. Okay, right, guys. Now that we have to follow. Thank you. Yeah, just we can type that messages. Guys, then if you have any doubt there, then today Nikta ma'am has asked so many questions now. Similarly, you can type the questions there. Just I can read it and I can give answers for it. Right? So Nikita ma'am, then you see use API documentation for predefined library is different. API documentation for user-defined library is different. Understand it clearly? So whenever we prepare your project, you can prepare your own like what I'm telling there, API documentation. That's it. That API documentation, user-defined library, we are not going to give a predefined library API documentation. For predefined library, Oracle people have given API documentation. For your project, you have to prepare your own API document that you have to be distributed to other employees. That's the point what I'm telling there. So we are not going to keep our own libraries in the predefined API documentation. Okay, right. Yeah, employee.html is a sample example here I given there. Similarly, in our project, you may have number of examples, number of classes now. For all of them, we can prepare API documentation in this way. Okay. Yeah, now we are asking ma'am, then still you are having more doubts. Yeah, in the classroom might be then where we want to ask there. Then send mail, then I will check it max. Okay. Hard questions you are getting ma'am apart from this. Max, we are having some discussion today in today's class totally, right? Yeah. And yeah, this mail ID already you're getting like what I'm telling to you. We are getting some notification through classroom, right? There some mail ID is available, right? There we can send it directly. Yeah, it's okay, Nikta ma'am. Then if any person is getting questions, they will ask to me, no problem. Yeah, I will take care about all the members there. No need to think about all the members now. Just if you have any concern, then you can ask them. Then other members, what they're asking, what they are giving, I will take care about it. Okay. Yeah, but the point is what we have a very might be less time. Within less time max we have to put for all the things now. Then at present today, whatever the questions you're asking there, it's more real time related content. But in the core Java, without starting object orientation, even without starting first application, having this much of discussion in the sense, other members may get confusion. Yeah, of course we are good at Java, but other members are not good at Java. They don't know anything about Java. Understand it now. So all these things, this is maximum members may not understand it. What is going to be happen there, right? Yeah, that's the point here I'm telling there. So other members may get confusion. Now, this is not the right time to have this much of discussion. Okay, right. Try to recognize it. Right, yes. Yeah, then today's topic is not like on basics now. Just today's topic is like what I'm telling there. Just it is very, very fundamental content. The point is what there. And one more thing, so immediately in the very first start itself talking about real-time project, then how project is going to be happen, how patches are going to be happen, then how support team is working. All these concepts are giving some confusion for other students if it is the case, as per my view. That's what I'm telling them. It's okay. Yeah, then yeah guys, then if you have any doubts that relate to our technology, just we can type in the questions box. There I'm able to give answers for it. Questions box, we can give answers for it. Okay. All right, so there we can type the content so that I can give immediate answers for it. Okay. So no voice communications are why? Because so many members are attending this session. So then for everybody, if I give that voice communication there, it may not be possible. May not understand it clearly. Yeah. Thank you. Recorded videos, guys, then you're asking directly to me, but admin people will take care about it. I'm not going to give videos and all the content. No. 1 minute. I think so. I'm able to give some number. Admin people will take care about the videos and all. Just 1 minute. I'll give one number, guys. Yeah, if you have any admission related thing or maybe 7386095 600. Okay. All right, guys. Just you can contact with the admin people. Then where Shiva is the contact person there, then he will take care about that video support, all the content. Yeah, I think so. The details are available at bottom also. 1 minute, let me check it. Yeah, guys. Now these are the contact details, just videos and all. Just we can contact with these people. Now this is mainly you can use the number. Okay, right. So that then our people will give clarity, more clarity on it. So up to classroom document and classroom information I can share with you. But videos, then our admin people will share that videos to you. Just one time talk with them. Yeah, then sir, one more thing, please ask people who already knows about Java. Just about we don't know anything about Java, but we are feeling like left back. Please look into this. Yeah, yeah. Then today's session is onwards. It was in somewhat like in what I'm telling there, somewhat in then more content here we are discussing there in a realistic manner. It's okay, guys. Don't worry. Then it's not going to be happen every day. Yeah, yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, then I'm going to talk about right from layman side. Don't worry. Then in a very, very startup classes, then having this kind of discussion is okay. Yeah, yeah. Then she asked some questions, then it's okay, nice. Don't worry for it. Okay. Right. I think, arey, yeah, there's nothing I discussed today. Why you are thinking much about it? Yeah, it's somewhat related with Java only. Don't think in this way. Yeah, whatever the content I have written in the document, that we have to finalize. But other people are asking questions, then at least I have to answer them. That's why I'm taking that much of time. Don't worry for it. Then tomorrow onwards, related content, I will give information to you. Don't worry for it. Okay. Don't worry. Don't think in the wrong way, guys. I think some people are attending demo class purpose. They are not understanding anything now. So don't worry. Don't worry for it. I will take care. I will take care. Tomorrow onwards, will not get any confusion. Then all the points that I will discuss with you. Right. So ask questions because in real time. Yeah, Nikita ma'am, people are attending demo classes still. They don't know anything about all these things. They are feeling all the things we don't know. So what about our situation there, whether we are able to follow or not? That is the reason why people are asking to me. People are giving this kind of things now. Yeah, it's okay. Otherwise, do one thing, Nikita ma'am. Then if it is the case, no, then see. So step by step, we have to discuss that. Then even without starting first application, discussing about real-time scenarios and all the real-time content is somewhat difficult. At least now we are at core Java, not in any frameworks level. Okay. If it is a course like real-time project implementation or maybe any other content, no, then it's okay, good. But even first application also not started. Even without starting first application, then having this much of discussion in the sense they're the freshers, they don't know anything about it. Yeah, that's why I'm giving that. Otherwise, Nigdam, I'm do one thing. In might be some other people are also be taking Java class now. Please try to. So they'll maybe less members are available inside the classes for them. They will give more clarity even when compared with, I think so. Then better now try to check with that other alternatives also if it is a case. If you're not satisfied with our concepts now, why? Because not only you, I need to check for every member, right? That's the point. I need to check every member. Every person is important, including you also. Okay, I think so. Might be you're not getting much clarity from my classes there. Please try to check for alternatives also there. If it is the case, if you are getting more content. Okay. Even I can suggest in Durgasoft might be some other trainers are also be taking the classes now. Why? Because for example, today then some people are attending demo class, but they're not aware about the total concepts now. Then they're trying to listen, they're trying to understand, but they're not aware about it. Even from my side also, I'm discussing about the content. That's it. Could you tell me the basic Java course syllabus? Yeah, then that's why, guys. Then please, technical related thing I can ask to me. Then otherwise, contact with this person here. Then Shiva is available in this mobile number. He will send you through WhatsApp. Okay, the WhatsApp to this your queries. Then they will send that syllabus. I think already for all the members, you might be receiving a mail which includes that all the syllabus, that total syllabus here you are able to get it. Okay. Then or else maybe if you want to check more content here, then basic Java package. They are the 4 concepts which are available. Yeah, please try to check this content here. These syllabuses also we are able to get from our admin people. Just try to ask them. They will send that more information to you. Okay. Yeah, even they are not available with me also that copy, then directly we can provide them. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Yes. Then I have some other class at 10 o'clock, already 10, 12. So I'll meet on Max. Tomorrow, Max, I will take the class, you guys. Then don't worry. Uh, if any updations are available, I'll give intimation to you through Google Classroom. Okay. Don't worry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, ma'am, email had already given to you now. Please check your that part here. Please check that messages where you submitted now. Already given that email ID, right? Yeah. Right, it's okay, but we have some knowledge in working environment. That's why then we are having this type of dots. But totally freshers are attending these classes now. Then how I can, maybe what I'm justify them. All these points there. At least if they have, if they completed core Java frameworks now, if people are having some knowledge on Java, then we can talk about all these points. Yeah, Chenju Krishna, in the document already given that link, official API documentation for Java 8 version are given there. Just you can Google it, there we are able to get it. And moreover, I given that link also in the document. Open the document, there we can see that link. There we can identify it. Where I given it, just 1 minute. Yeah, please check this. This is already given that link there in the classroom, in the class document. Okay. All right, that's okay. Good. Fine, guys. Fine. I want to learn more from you, sir. I'm good. Yeah, that's what I'm telling there. I think so. Then already you had some knowledge in Java. I think so. These classes are not suitable for you. Then if you go for some other trainers, they're having less strength. No, it will be more benefit for you. I thought of it. Why? Because I need to concentrate on each and every person here. But even zero knowledge person is coming there. So everybody have to answer there. I thought of it. No, that I'm not in serious. Just I'm giving suggestion to you. Later you can take the decision there. Then some other people maybe less strength. The 2 to 3 members are going to attend for the class there. They will spend more time for you when compared with me. Okay. Yeah, if it is possible, now try to check that option also. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's okay, guys. Then I have some other class. Then I'll meet on tomorrow probably. If any updations are available, I'll give intimation to you. Don't worry. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot.